Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. So excited you decided to join us. Today, we're going to talk about 5 ways you can level up your coaching. Just some things that I've thought about. But before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out, first of all, to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish. I love Dr. Dish. I can't say enough. If you ever got a question about Dr. Dish, you wonder whether it's a good machine, whether it's email me. I will sing them from the highest mountains. They're it's the best shooting machine. We own 3 of them. I love that they're being innovative and they're always looking for new ways to take Dr. Dish to the next level. So go over and check it out. Mention any of our podcasts, Coach Unplugged, 5 Minute Basketball Coaching Podcasts, Coach Collins, whatever, and they'll give you $450 off. And trust me, they'll take really good care of you. So I move my mic up here a little so you can hear me. All right. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you're looking to become a better basketball coach, if you're looking for someone that's actually coaching, that's worried about summer ball, that's worried about next year's team, worried about all that kind of stuff, not an ex-coach, not a fired coach, not a trainer, not somebody running a big business. I am a high school basketball coach who's won, not to brag or boast, but won my fair share of games in 3 state championships. I know what I'm doing. Let me share the secret sauce, what allows us to keep the lights on with all the podcasts, but more importantly, what I would have wanted as a young coach. So go over and check out teachhoops.com. Some great stuff coming down the pipeline. I can tell you that. All right. So today I'm going to talk about 5 ways you can level up your coaching that I think are relevant, that have a lot to do with what we're doing. And think about what coaching is. Coaching is teaching. And it's probably the reason I've spent my entire life doing it. I think it's a pretty important thing, not only for society, but for our kids, for the movement of our country, all of the things that we, think are important. It comes from a teacher. It comes from a coach. I always say, I teach seniors. I go, tell me your third grade teacher, and they can all list it. And I go, I can list my Mrs. Rudolph. Miss Rudolph. I can tell you my third grade teacher because they make a big impact in your life. It's the same thing with coaching. So that's why I think it's important for us to always be learning, for us always to have that growth mindset, for always looking for new ways to teach this game. And that's why I'm going to come 4 or 5. It doesn't really matter. We'll say 5, but ways that you can level up or become a better teacher, become a better coach. First thing is build a strong foundation. A foundation is not only your playing days. I was blessed when I was coming up through the ranks. I think I coached under 7 different head coaches, and it built my portfolio, built my program, built my outline. That I recently found that too. It's kind of unique. I found building a basketball program outline recently. I just sent it to my friend Bill, and it's 15, 20 years old and it's still good. Um, but you got to build that foundation. You know, you want to be able to have that foundation because with that comes respect. It's about the relationship, the collaborative relationship, the trusting relationship that you have built with yourself, with your assistant coaches, and with your players. And you need a strong foundation to do that. I can't go in anymore and go in and teach Calc BC, second semester calculus. I can't do it. I don't have the foundation for it. I don't have the fundamentals for it. I don't have the basis for it because I haven't taken that class in 30 years. Now, could I do that? Yes, I could go back out and build my foundation. It would just take some time to do it. That's the first thing. Second thing, and something I'm not always good at, if you've ever been around us at Thanksgiving or when all the Collinses get together, is develop the ability to be an active listener. And you have to be quiet to do that. It's hard for me. Um, but in coaching, you have to do that. Um, you have to be the eyes, ears, sight, everything of what's seeing going on. It's coaching is a rock concert. It's not a symphony. It's not slow. But I think dealing with that active listening, hearing your coaches, hearing your community, hearing your parents, hearing your players, will provide you different examples and things because to improve, you have to be, you can't learn and be talking. You have to listen. And there's a lot to be learned from all of those stakeholders in your basketball journey. Um, then I think you have to go back and you have to explain the characteristics of questioning. You should be questioning what you're doing. You should be questioning your offense. You should be questioning your defense. You should be questioning what you're doing in the off season. You should be questioning. I mean, I do it. You got people listening, but I have this. I'm always questioning. I'm always going, is that the right offense? Are we putting this kid in the right spot? Are we doing that? It's that inquisitive thing that you have to use the powerful use of questions to improve, to level up your coaching, to become a better basketball coach. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to question your administrators. You have to be able to question. And then the fourth thing is self-reflection. And the questioning and the self-reflection are closely related. That's why I said we could have 4 or 5 of these. But are your questionings leading to reflection in what you're coaching? Like, don't just do A because you've always done it. You want to you want to look at what other coaches, the trends and the best practices that are being used by all the great coaches. You don't see 75% of the teams running flex offense anymore, because you have to move with the times, but you also have to uh, continuously reflect on things and figure out where you want to go. And then leading into that is learning and growing. You always want to be learning, always want to be growing. When you stop doing that, you shouldn't be a teacher, and you shouldn't be a coach anymore. And that's where going into those industry standards, you want to look at best practices. I've been teaching small sided games for 30 years. I just didn't have a name for it. But you want to continuously be learning and growing. And a side note is that's why I started teachhoops.com, to provide examples, to continuously learn from me selfishly. That's one of the reasons I started, because I've learned so much. And then, you know, having mentors, having people that you can, like on a Tuesday night at 11 o'clock and you're frustrated with your ATOs or you're frustrated with your out of bounds plays, you know where to go. You're always reflecting. You're using those things. So let's summarize these real quick again. Number 1, build that strong foundation. Number 2, develop those listening skills, those active listening skills. Number 3 is the power of questions, which I can't talk, which basically kind of reflects into self-reflection. And I do all my self-reflecting when I'm walking my dogs around the neighborhood. And then the third thing, or the fifth thing, is always be learning, always be growing as a coach, as a teacher. We're all teachers. Everyone that's an uncle or a dad or a mom or anything, we all teach. Everyone's a teacher. If you're a manager, you're a teacher. If you're a boss, you're a teacher. So we always have to be tuning into the new things that are on the horizon. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any other ones, if it's on YouTube, you put it down in the links. But if you don't, send me. If you have any great topics, sorry about that. We'd love to hear it. And if you want to take your coaching to the next level, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Talk to you soon.